The latest suicide bombing in Afghanistan has dealt a potentially fatal blow to the peace process. The former president of Afghanistan was the target. He was heading up negotiations with the Taliban when a delegate detonated explosives hidden in his turban. Afghanistan correspondent Sally Sara reports from Kabul.
This was the scene shortly after the attack. Former Afghan President Burhanuddin Rabbani was assassinated at his home in the Afghan capital. Police say insurgents claiming to be Taliban negotiators were allowed into his compound for a meeting, but one of the visitors was a suicide attacker.
He placed the explosives in his turban and while paying respects to His Excellency, he put his head in Rabbani's chest and blew up his explosives.
Afghan President Hamid Karzai received the news just before a meeting with his US counterpart Barack Obama at the United Nations in New York. Both leaders condemned the killing.
Despite this incident, we will not be deterred from creating a path whereby Afghans can live in freedom and safety and security and prosperity.
A terrible loss, but as you rightly said, this would not deter us from continuing on the path that we have.
It was Professor Rabbani's job to open up dialogue between the government and its opponents. The latest killing has generated anger and undermined efforts for a negotiated end to the conflict.
We are suffering enough, we are fed up from such a situation. We deserve to live as other peoples in the world. We don't want our child to see such a kind of pictures on the TV. We don't want to stack the whole peace process. We have to continue. We have to.
This is the second attack in this part of Kabul in a week. The insurgents have struck this time in a compound which is right at the back of the US Embassy. Once again, they've been able to get weapons and fighters in what's supposed to be one of the most secure parts of the capital. Police and troops are bracing for further violence as many Afghans mourn the loss of yet another high-ranking official. Sally Sara, ABC News, Kabul.